The future of jobs is changing. There is a report that came out a few days ago about the 2025 job market growth and changes. The report says that 170 million new jobs will be created, and 90 million of the jobs that are currently available will be disappeared. So keep up with me. I'm going to tell you what are the key insights in this report. I'm going to tell you which jobs are growing and which are declining, so what we can do and what are the skills that we can have so that we can be prepared for this big change. What makes this report so interesting is that this report is not only focusing on the technology industry, it looks at climate change technologies trend, geopolitics, and giving us an overall view of what's going to shape our future's life. The report predicts that by 2030, almost a quarter of jobs will be impacted by these trends, which is literally huge. This report has surveyed 1,000 global employers, which represent about 40.1 million workers, so it is a decent amount. In the survey, there is a few options that they can choose, which 60% of those employers choose broadening digital access. It's going to be a life changer for transforming the businesses. Second, risking cost of living, higher price or inflation, which you can see in this visual here. At the third, increase efforts and investment, and so on. And what are the technology impact on the business transformations? At first, of course, we all agree on that, is AI and information processing technologies. These are the technology trends which are going to get the job industry very impacted. The demand for generative AI skills, which is not getting fulfilled. Coursera data generated for the Future of Jobs reports reveals significant growth in demand for generating AI training, almost among both individual learners and enterprise. Demand for AI skills has accelerated globally, with India and the United States leading in enrollment. However, the drivers of demands differ. In the United States, demands are primarily driven by individual users, whereas in India, corporate sponsorship plays a significant role in boosting Gen AI training uptakes. Globally, individual learners on Coursera have focused on foundation Gen AI skills and conceptual topics such as prompt engineering, trustworthy AI practices, and strategic decision-making around AI. Institution-sponsored learners, on the other hand, emphasizes practical application within the workspace. The report lists AI and machine learning specialists, fintech engineers, software developer, basically all the tech roles as the fastest growing jobs right now. So is this the rise of the machines? It's not just a tech-dominated landscape. The report also highlights the rapid growth of green jobs, like autonomous and electric vehicle specialists, environmental engineers, renewable energy engineers, and demand is rising. And we can see the top fastest declining jobs here: postal services clerks, bank tellers and related clerks, data entry clerks, cashiers and ticket clerks, printing and admission assistant, and executive secretaries. So it's an overall job growth and decline from 2025 and 2030, which we see the majority of these jobs are tech-dominated or green jobs, environmental engineers, which is, if you are really focusing on to get into tech, you have to think about other jobs as well and not go to AI and machine learning at first. Data warehousing specialists, autonomous and electric vehicle special UI and UX designers, which is surprisingly so high in demand, and data analysis and special environmental engineer, information security analysis, DevOps engineer, renewable energy engineer, robotics engineer, blockchain developer. And you can see like the demand is rising. And at the end, we have literally the same thing that we talked about. And there are some, I see lawyers here, which is really considering. You can see the purple part is declining. projected job creation and displacement between 2025 and 2030. Top largest growing jobs: frame worker, laborers, and other agricultural workers, light truck or delivery service drivers, software and application developers. I don't know the competition in different jobs, but I believe the competition is high on software and application developers. The report is telling us that the biggest changes are in these topics. It's not like it is declining or rising, it's just the biggest change, which might be growing in different terms, like replacing the workers by AI and automations or robots. Top largest declining: cashiers and growing working age population. The impact is really high after broadening digital access, growing working age population. Of course, I don't know that you guys know, but the Elon Musk is literally focusing on this topic a lot, doing a lot of tweets about it, that population is getting old and that's not good. So it's going to have a very high impact on the world economics. Increase effort and investment to adapt to climate change. Yeah, climate change is the third trend, microtrend, and technology trend in jobs. Shares of total tasks expected to be delivered predominantly by human workers, by technology, machines and algorithms, or by a combination of both. Which is almost the same. What is what? There is people. Oh my god. We can see that the people-dominated works are literally declining, but the combination is rising by 3%. And also, the technology doing it works and algorithm and machines is the most increasing one. It says that 47% of the jobs are getting done only by humans, and it's going to reduce 40%. It says that 47% of the jobs nowadays are only getting done by humans, but it's going to be 81% automation, and it's going to reduce by 40%. Which we can see that the automation is really high in the oil and gas topics and chemical, electronics, financial services, insurance and pension management, telecommunication, and the least are in medical and healthcare services, government and public sectors, advanced manufacturing, energy technologies and utilities, retail and warehouse consumer goods, which is insightful. We can see the rising of hiring rate for LinkedIn members with green skills from 2022, and it's predicted to rise until 2013 too. Let's talk about what are the skills that we can have. Distribution of skills. We see 2025 that 61% of the skills will remain in the next 5 years. I think the 2020 got us to learning new skills, which were, I believe this is my bias, it's not from the report, working from home, doing things on your own, and I think those skills and the COVID really impacted that, so that we can have this higher rate of skills that are going to work in the next 5 years. Columns are the countries that their job market will dramatically change, and there's the skills that the economy of Egypt have is going to change a lot more than, for example, Denmark, which is high in technology, and Germany, and United Kingdom, and Netherlands, and United States. Yes, of course, it's understandable. Core skills into 2025. This is amazing. I love this information here. Analytical thinking. If your job requires like the top 10 of these skills, you good. If you don't find a job, you can create one for yourself. So it was the most insightful part of the report for me. For example, I really am trying in the self-help development areas to work on literally these top 10 skills, which is some of them are natural in people, like, for example, resilience, flexibility, and agility, leadership and social influence, creative thinking, motivation and self-awareness, technology literacy, empathy, and active listening. These are literally the soft skills that got so many people into so many places. But we don't see programming in the top 10. I believe programming is fading away. But the programming thinking method will not. That's what makes it such an amazing thing to learn if you know how to learn programming. Okay, this is my perception on this. I shouldn't say that, but that is not from the report. It's my thing. That it says like literally thinking and soft skills are the key factors here, and not you knowing how to code, for example, in C# or any other languages, or Python. Doesn't matter. If you can code and you can think codely in algorithmic and analytics and analytical, English is not my main language, I'm sorry. And I can see it. I would really suggest that we put these 26 skills in front of our eyes and work on achieving these skills the most. Skills on the rise: AI and big data, network and cybersecurity, technology literacy, creative thinking. Okay. Decreasing use, stable use, increasing use. I think the most stable sensory processing abilities. Interesting. What does that mean? Multilingualism is rising. Manual dexterity, endurance, and precision. System thinking. Oh my god. Analytical thinking. Okay, what are the industries if you are having the AI and big data skills, for example? Telecommunication, professional services, automotive and aerospace, information and technology services, insurance and passion management, financial services, and capital markets. Creative thinking will be insurance and pension management, education and training, medical and healthcare services. I believe the industries that are growing are not the tech industry specifically, from these industries I see here. Core skills in 2030 will be AI and big data, technology literacy, creative thinking, resilience, leadership, analytical thinking, curiosity, and lifelong learning, talent management, system thinking. These are the core skills with which will remain, and network and cybersecurity, designing user experience, environmental stewardship are going to rise, which are today world is not that much required. Out of focus. Okay, reading, writing, and mathematics. Okay. Less essential now and not expected to increase in use. Okay, we see it. Business practices to increase talent availability from 2025 to 2030. The top is supporting employees' health and well-being. We're getting old. Providing effective reskilling and upskilling, improving talent progression and promotion process, offering higher wages. Oh my god. That's good news. If you are really adaptable to learn new skills and become more professional, these are really good news. These dark blue ones are what employer think that can boost talent availability, and these light blue ones are what employees think that is really effective. Which we can see the biggest difference here is employers think that changes to pension schemes and extend their retirement age will impact their talent usability, and that's not what employers think. And at the other hand, we have improving working hours and overtime policies. And we have offering remote work across regional. Worst reverse one is supporting employee health and well-being. This is not that what employers are really worried, but employees are really worried. Okay, this is what, if we want providing effective reskilling and upskilling is not something that the employers would want to do, but that's what employees want. As the labor market experienced shift in workforce dynamic due to macrotrends such as technological change, demographic shifts, and economic uncertainty, wage dynamics have become an increasingly important factor for understanding the shape of the future labor market, as revealed by the Future Job Survey. More than half, 52% of employers globally expect to see an increase in the share of their revenue allocated to wages over the 2025-2030. 41% of the surveyed employees anticipate the current wage allocated to remain stable. Okay, but only 7% persists to reduction by. Workers' median and mean wages increases as the job zone level increases. On average, the median wage is 37% higher for each job zone level. The highest gap between levels is 48%, which is a reference median wage between job zone 3. Evaluation of work experience for the number of years you've worked. Work experience is the 81% of... Okay, that's important. Pre-employment test, which is not a really good measure, but they do look at that, 81%. Complementation of university degree. I did not expect that a university degree would still be that big of a deal. Online certificate, complementation of a short courses and online certificates is only 40%. But a university degree is much more... I don't know if this report is biased or not, but I believed something different. I was optimistic enough to think that not a university degree is a life changer, and I have to really have the real skills. For having the skills, I should have work experience, of course, which is a highest rate here. But the problem is I should start from somewhere which is not in demand. Oh my god, that's a bad news for new workers like me. Barriers to AI adaptation, lack of skills to support adoption, lack of vision among the managers and leaders, and high cost of available AI products and services. First one is the skills that are required. Okay, this shows that Gen Z, my generation, should be a lot more used in the work industry because we have the skills to adapt to new things. Maybe we're not as skilled as someone professional in the specific topic, but just because we're young, not because we're Gen Z, we have a more adaptable mind. So, okay, the most impactful AI concentration by industry is like the most industry that's going to change because of the AI is technology and IT and media. Second is education, professional services, financial services, utilities, and manufacturing. I don't think others are really big changes, which is a big change, of course. What am I to say? It's already about like 50%. You can see 30% growth and concentration on this specific industry from the 2016 and 2024, which is going to rise again. We saw that at the beginning. Eastern Asia has the biggest problem of aging and declining working age population. Digital access is more of a big issue in all of the world. Growing working age population is the best at Northern Africa and Southeastern Asia. AI information is predicted to have the most impact on Eastern Asia. Impactful thing is biotechnology and gene technologies on the Southeastern Asia. Oh my god. Because the population is low. Telecommunication has the AI information processing has the most impact on telecommunication and on so many other industries, and which is the least for mining and metals. Okay, obviously. And oil and gas. And the least impactful thing is satellites and space technologies effect on energy technology and utilities. Why? This is interesting. Skills importance in 2025. What is this? Resilience, flexibility, and agility, and insurance and precision management. Okay, yes, that's the most industry that requires literally resilience and sensor processing abilities. We are hiding away from like sensory abilities and feelings. We're just more on data. Where is the data? AI and big data. The transformation of the job and skill landscape anticipated employers across all industries and geographic demonstrate greater awareness and willingness than in previous edition of this report to proactively engage in addressing workforce and talent challenges, and to do so by programmatically leveraging innovation and innovative approaches such as skills-based hiring policies and a more strategic focus on diversity, equity, and installation. And the rest are literally, oh my god, specific economy profile for different industries. This is, oh my god, there's a lot of information here. It's about every country. If you're interested, literally, if you're interested in this information and you want to figure out what is going on in your own country and what are the changes, if you're going to change your location or what's going on in the world, and you want to download this PDF, this file, and search it up for yourself, you can find a link in the description. I hope I did help you a little bit. I hope it helps. Thank you for watching, and bye.